Welcome back to MMA Submission Source, your ultimate destination for all things MMA. Today, we've got an extensive roundup featuring 3 compelling stories that are dominating headlines in the world of mixed martial arts. From potential blockbuster matchups to controversial sparring sessions, we've got it all covered. So, without further ado, let's dive deep into each story and explore the latest developments shaping the MMA landscape. The first news is Ian Garry's ambitious plans for Conor McGregor's UFC return. Our first story centers around the promising welterweight prospect, Ian Garry, and his ambitious plans for the co-main event of Conor McGregor's highly anticipated UFC return in 2024. Garry, a rising star in the welterweight division, has been making waves with his impressive performances inside the octagon. Despite facing setbacks due to illness, Garry remains focused on his goal of becoming a UFC champion and is eager to showcase his skills on the biggest stage. Garry's journey to the UFC has been nothing short of remarkable. Born and raised in Ireland, Garry discovered his passion for mixed martial arts at a young age and quickly rose through the ranks in the regional circuit. With his relentless work ethic and undeniable talent, Garry caught the attention of UFC officials and earned a contract with the promotion. However, Garry's path to UFC gold hit a roadblock when he was forced to withdraw from a scheduled bout with Vicente Luque due to pneumonia. Despite the setback, Garry remained determined to bounce back stronger and prove himself as one of the top contenders in the welterweight division. Now, as he prepares for his first assignment of 2024 against veteran contender Geoff Neal, Garry is already looking ahead to his next challenge. In a recent interview with Eurosport, Garry revealed his desire to co-headline UFC 300 alongside former two-division UFC champion Conor McGregor. Garry's bold call-out of McGregor has sparked excitement among fans and pundits alike, with many speculating about the potential matchup between the two Irish fighters. While McGregor's return to the octagon is still shrouded in uncertainty, Garry remains confident that he will eventually share the cage with the UFC superstar. But before Garry can set his sights on McGregor, he must first focus on the task at hand, defeating Geoff Neal at UFC 298. Neal, a seasoned veteran with knockout power, poses a significant threat to Garry's undefeated record. However, Garry is undaunted by the challenge and believes he has what it takes to emerge victorious on fight night. As Garry prepares to step into the octagon once again, the MMA world eagerly awaits the outcome of his showdown with Neal. Will Garry continue his meteoric rise to the top of the welterweight division? And if given the opportunity, will he be able to fulfill his dream of sharing the cage with Conor McGregor? Only time will tell. But one thing is for certain, Ian Garry's journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Questions for discussion. What are your thoughts on Ian Garry's ambitious plans for Conor McGregor's UFC return? Do you believe Garry has what it takes to defeat Geoff Neal and continue his rise in the welterweight division? Would you like to see Garry face off against McGregor in the co-main event of UFC 300? Why or why not? And the second news is Sean O'Malley disapproves of Sean Strickland's actions. Our second story delves into the controversy surrounding former UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland and his recent sparring session with social media influencer Sneako. Known for his aggressive fighting style and outspoken demeanor, Strickland has never been one to shy away from controversy. However, his latest actions have drawn criticism from fellow fighters, including rising bantamweight star Sean O'Malley. During a recent episode of The Timbo Sugar Show, O'Malley expressed his disapproval of Strickland's conduct during the sparring session, labeling it as fucked up and questioning the former champion's behavior inside the gym. The incident in question saw Strickland engage in a heated exchange with Sneako, a social media figure with no prior experience in combat sports. According to reports, Strickland showed little regard for Sneako's well-being during the sparring session, delivering powerful strikes and causing significant damage to his opponent. Despite calls from Sneako's corner to stop the session, Strickland continued to press forward, leading to a heated confrontation between the two fighters. O'Malley, who is known for his laid-back demeanor and sportsmanship inside the octagon, was appalled by Strickland's actions and called for greater accountability within the MMA community. He emphasized the importance of respecting one's opponents and conducting oneself with integrity both inside and outside the cage. The incident has sparked a debate among fans and fighters alike, with many questioning the ethics of Strickland's behavior and calling for stricter guidelines regarding sparring sessions. While sparring is an essential aspect of fighter training, it should never cross the line into unnecessary aggression or violence. As the MMA community grapples with the fallout from the incident, the spotlight remains firmly on Strickland and his future in the sport. Will he face any repercussions for his actions, or will he continue to operate with impunity? Only time will tell. Questions for discussion. What are your thoughts on Sean Strickland's conduct during the sparring session with Sneako? Do you agree with Sean O'Malley's criticism of Strickland's actions? Why or why not? What steps do you believe should be taken to ensure the safety and integrity of sparring sessions in MMA gyms? And the third news is Ilia Topuria's bold move ahead of UFC 298. Our final story revolves around UFC featherweight contender Ilia Topuria and his bold move leading up to his highly anticipated title fight against champion Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 298. With the biggest fight of his career on the horizon, Topuria wasted no time in making his presence felt, as he boldly posed with the UFC belt in a recent photo shoot. Despite being days away from his championship clash against Volkanovski, Topuria showed no signs of superstition or hesitation, confidently envisioning himself as the future holder of the coveted UFC featherweight title. However, his moment of triumph was short-lived, as the reigning champion, Volkanovski, made a surprise appearance to remind Topuria of the monumental task that awaits him inside the octagon. The encounter between Topuria and Volkanovski has added an extra layer of intrigue to their upcoming showdown at UFC 298. With both fighters eager to prove themselves as the best in the division, tensions are running high as fight night approaches. Will Topuria be able to back up his bold predictions and dethrone the reigning champion? Or will Volkanovski once again prove why he's considered one of the greatest featherweights of all time? Questions for discussion. How do you interpret Ilia Topuria's bold move of posing with the UFC belt ahead of his title fight? Do you think Topuria's confidence will translate into success inside the octagon against Volkanovski? What are your predictions for the outcome of the UFC 298 featherweight title fight between Topuria and Volkanovski? Feel free to continue the discussion in the comments below and let us know your thoughts on these latest developments in the world of MMA. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive content from MMA Submission Source. Until next time, fight fans.